to this baptism, let's do the church announcements because I got some announcements here. It would help if I turn it the other way. So anyway, November 13th is going to be a stand-up comedy show, Kemp Earl Entertainment. Kemp Earl Mitchell Entertainment is doing a comedy show, and it's going to be at Magooby's Joke House in Timonia, Maryland. The times are going to be 7:30. They're going to be on at 10:30. And if you want some tickets, you can call 443-622-9732, or you can um, go to 1946 West Pratt Street, or you can go to Eventbrite, Kemp Earl Entertainment, stand up comedy. You can look it up that way. Um, then on October, well, let me skip over that for a second. Dr. Leslie Porter has an event coming up this month. All right. Dr. Leslie Porter has an event coming up this month, y'all. Make sure you don't miss it. This camera is way up in my face, and I don't like that. I don't like it. She has an event coming up, and it's going to be at 5100 Falls Road, Delta Hotel. At the Delta Hotel, it's $40. If you come in person, it's $20 at the door. You can go on Eventbrite to get your tickets. Look under 14th Annual Spa, and you'll be able to see it on Eventbrite. We're going to do these church announcements, and then we're going to get into our discussion for the baptism tonight. All right, and then we have Miss Joyce Butler. Joyce has an event coming up, a women's summit. It's going to take place on 11/22. That's November 22nd at the community church. I'm so excited about this. It's going to be from 11 to 2 p.m. There will be food and there will be tickets. So you have to get your ticket. If you want to get a ticket, it's $30. You can cash app $ what up Baltimore, okay? And you'll be able to get your tickets for that. And make sure you put a note on it that it's for the Women's Summit. And then on October 10th, okay, I'm going to be talking about this one a little bit more later on in the week, but on October 10th, I've been asked to host a gathering where we're all going to get together and we're going to be talking to these candidates that's running for office. Now, the invited guests are Dan Cox, Wes Moore, Arena Miller, Gordana Schifrinelli, and Michael Peruka. They're supposed to be there, or they've been invited to come there on October 10th, which is a Monday at the Brass Tab, 1205 West Mount Royal. Okay, make sure y'all come because the doors open at 5:30. The event is from 6:30 to 8:30. And here's the thing: for everybody that's always complaining about, this going on, that going on, and is that John Falco? Hey, John, I couldn't see John Falco. How you doing? And for people complaining about, this, the Baltimore, the politicians not doing that, they're not doing that. Okay, here's your opportunity. Do not complain anymore. If you don't show up, if you do not show up at this event, it's your fault, okay? Because you have an opportunity. This is going to be your opportunity to come out to the event. You can ask questions. You are going to be able to ask questions. Yours truly is going to be hosting. I will be there holding the microphone. And there will not be any foolishness. If you come with the foolishness, you will be put out. All right? Let me just make that real clear. Because someone in the other camp felt as though there might be some foolishness. Now, I don't know what y'all talking about because we don't even roll like that. We're very professional over here. You're still with the excuses, but it's not your night tonight, so I'm not going to talk about you tonight. I'm going to let you go ahead and rest, let you marinate. But anyway, October 10th, Brass Tap. All right. He said, repeat the date. I'm sorry, my eyes are not working tonight. Repeat the date, October 10th. I'm going to be talking about it again this week because I'm actually going to be calling the church roll. Because some of y'all on the church roll and you don't know it, but you're always saying we need to do this, we need to do that. Politicians need to do this, that, and the third, and then y'all don't show up. So I'm going to be talking about this all week long until you all and then you all get to make a decision. October 10th, the Brass Tab, 1205 West Mount Royal. You will get a chance to be up close and personal with these candidates. Let me tell you again, All right, so the invited guests are Wes Moore and Dan Cox. Those two are running for the seat of governor of Maryland. So you need to be there to ask them questions and find out what their positions are. What do they stand for? What are their plans for Maryland, PG County, Baltimore City, Montgomery? All right, you need to be asking these questions. Um, Rena Miller is going to be there. Gordana is going to be there. She's running for lieutenant governor. You have Michael Peruka. He's running for attorney general. You guys need to come out. All right, come out and ask questions. You can only be informed when you come out and you ask questions. All right. Thank you. And you guys, please make sure you share the video. Thank you, John. So listen, we're gonna get into this baptism tonight because I'm tired. I think I have bags under my eyes because I'm not, I'm normally like I fall asleep and then I wake up and I start working and I fall back to sleep again. I think I just need to do a straight night of sleep. And then being in Vegas with the 3 hours behind, I'm still trying to catch up on my sleep. But anyway, let me get into this topic right now because I want to do this baptism. Then I gotta go get my dog a bath. But anyway, Nia Long. And Nia Long is beautiful. Oh my goodness. She's gorgeous. You know, everybody knows who Nia Long is. If you don't know who Nia Long is a beautiful actress. I mean, she's been acting since I can remember. And just always gorgeous, just very gorgeous. Um, John said, please, folks, don't be fooled by political parties. Listen to those candidates. We all have been burned by the Democratic, come on, this is, by the Democratic Party. All right, John, thank you for that comment. And if y'all want to comment, feel free. Make sure you share the video, because some of y'all not gonna like what I'm getting ready to say, and it's okay. You gonna be okay. You gonna be okay. But this is the thing. So her husband Udoka or Udoka, I think you say his name Udoka. I think that's how you say it. Because he's Nigerian. Um, he has been suspended coaching for the Boston Celtics. He's been suspended for the 22-23 season because he cheated on Nia Long. And in any workplace, you're not supposed to be um, what's the word? You're not supposed to be messing with the subordinates, the people that you work for, the people that or the people that work under you. It's not supposed to be that in the workplace, and they already know that. And he's with Nia Long. Now, he's a nice looking man too. They have a child together, little boy, and Nia has who's 10, and Nia has a 20-year-old who is by someone else. Now, everybody has been just going crazy, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe he cheated on Nia Long. I can't believe because Nia Long is this and Nia Long is that. Nia Long, so let me tell you something. All right, let me break this down for you because I need y'all to hear me on this one. Nia Long is beautiful. Nia Long is rich. And in this particular situation, as much as we're blaming Udoka, her husband, we got to put some blame at Nia's feet as well. I gotta get my eyes checked. Because Nia's 51 years old. She's not a little girl. Udoka's 45. He's not a little boy. They've lived long enough to know right from wrong and how to handle stuff. And I'm pretty sure he got a pretty good bank account as well. But here's the thing. And this is why I say Nia has to take some responsibility for what's happening. And see, this is why I tell y'all all the time. I'm going to try not to preach tonight. We're just going to do the straight baptism. You have to know who you are. Because when you know who you are, you don't let certain people do certain things when you know who you are. Now, I don't know what the agreement was between them, but again, as everybody else around the world is saying, It's Nia Long. How could he cheat on her? He cheated on her because she gave him that option. She left that part of the door open. You know, my grandmother, she used to say, let me make sure I'm saying this right. Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Let me break it down to what they're saying. Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Why go through all these changes? Why be this and why be that when we're pretending to be married and we're pretending to be in a relationship? There's really no commitment. I already got you. You know, I don't have to work hard because you done already gave yourself to me. And on top of all of that, did that thing say they have been together since, I believe it was 2010? Like they have been together for a long time. And I'm thinking everybody else knows that she's Nia Long. Does she know that she's Nia Long? Because if she knew that she was Nia Long, let me not jump ahead of myself. But if she knows that she's Nia Long, and you really, really know that you Nia Long, and you're this beautiful woman, like everybody else sees you as this beautiful woman who has it going on, like you're an A-lister in Hollywood. But do you know that you Nia Long? Because I'm gonna tell you something, Nia Long, and I love me some Nia Long, but I gotta tell my sister this. You gave that man way too much time. You gave him way too much of yourself. You gave him a child, and all you got out of this was that you were engaged to him. But y'all had a verbal commitment, I guess. You know, we're engaged. But I think my personal belief is when you get in your 40s and 50s, you don't need to be engaged for 10, 20, 30 years. You should know when you get into your 40s and 50s, you kind of already know whether or not this is the person you want to be with. It don't take 10, 12, 13 years to do that. And I feel like Nia has to accept some of this responsibility because Nia Long, you left that door open. You left that door open for this man to be able to go and cheat because the demand you should have put on him is I'm Nia Long. And so if you want to be in a relationship with me, what Beyonce said, put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. Because you just have full reign. We just have a verbal commitment right now. We living like we're married. We're acting like we're married, but we ain't. You know? And then this is the thing right here, right? Lord have mercy. Help us, Father. Help us, Father. Wake us up. I keep telling y'all too. When you do people wrong, when you do people wrong, don't think that that thing is not going to come back and hit you in the face. Now, here he was, Mr. Udoka, because I'm about to get on you right now, because you bold, and this is what happens because you leave that door open and you don't place any demands on people. Do you see Stedman cheating on Oprah? Have y'all ever heard that? Because I bet you one thing, Oprah may not be married to Stedman, but Oprah got all of that on lock. And I'm pretty sure she's made it clear to Mr. Stedman, you can walk on if you want to. I'm still be good. And you see he's still be sticking around, don't you? Now, this man, apparently, they have not given out the lady's name. That's the thing. They haven't put her name out there yet. But she was actually the one who made his arrangements for hotels when he traveled, set up his appointments for different things. And not only that, now check this out. Not only that, she was setting up Nia Long's appointments for her to come and meet Udoka. And so, and they said just recently the girl had set up an appointment so Nia Long could be with Udoka at one of the basketball games and set up the hotel arrangement, hotel stay for her and the kids to come out and stay with Udoka. Was that the same hotel y'all was sleeping in? I, Udoka, you know better. And then Matt Barnes, and see, I'm a basketball mom, so I'm throwing out names because I love basketball. Y'all, I follow these people. I love basketball. Matt Barnes is a former basketball player, and Matt Barnes came out in defense of Udoka because he was saying, look, and I believe him too, because I have followed my son in college basketball and I see what these women do. And y'all need to stop. But anyway, Matt Barnes said that he didn't understand why Udoka is even suspended for the 2022-2023 season because everybody does it. From the people up the top to the people that's following on the team. He said they mess with the cheerleaders, they mess with other people that are in office, the management. They mess with a whole bunch of stuff. He said this goes on all the time. So he didn't even understand why they're now going to make an example out of him. And I cannot, Spoltra, that's his name, Spoltra. Y'all look him up because he actually married a cheerleader. He still got his job. I guess they didn't know that she was a cheerleader back then, even though she was cheering in front of him. But he Spoltra, go look him up. They're together. Let me see. Using a game, using the same hotel to earn those points. Oh my goodness, John. I had not even thought of that. I had not thought of that. Y'all, she probably was using them hotel, racking them hotel points up. It's just it's funny, but it's not funny. That's the truth. And she probably was racking up them hotel points. But this is the thing, Nia Long, you can't let your guard down like that for 10 and 11 years where you just okay with being somebody's fiance for all that long. That is absolutely ridiculous. And maybe that was an agreement they had. But my question is to Nia Long because I'm like, if everybody in the world knows that you Nia Long, do you know that you're Nia Long? Do you know that you don't deserve that? Do you know that you deserve for him to put a ring on your finger and say, let's get married? We didn't already had the baby. We living together. We having sex. We doing this and that. We traveling. We doing all these things. Did you not know that you was Nia Long to place some demands on him? Because he's a nice looking guy, but he ain't all that nice looking. Like you not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And now he's embarrassed you on the world stage, and now he don't have a job. Well, he's suspended. I don't think he's getting paid. I'm pretty sure he's not suspended with pay, so he doesn't have an income. So what is y'all doing now? I just wonder because sometimes women can be so beautiful, so smart, and so intelligent in one area, but then it's like you dumb as a bag of rocks in another area because it's no way in the world that should have gone on all this time and he's not making a commitment. Or was it you, Nia? Maybe you didn't want to make a commitment to him. And if that's the case, then why y'all together? Why? Because all of this could have been avoided. Why stay in a relationship like that? That's why I said, with me, like I'm getting ready to turn 60. It's no way in the world. I would say the longest I would be in an engagement is maybe a year. That's it. I've been on this planet long enough to know whether or not this is the person or it's not the person. Y'all see what happened to the last one, right? 2 months. I, I'm just not gonna put up with certain stuff. I'm not, and but sometimes we settle. Now I don't even believe. Did y'all know him? I didn't know him before he got with Nia Long. I never even heard of him. And sometimes you settle with people that you shouldn't be with. It's like you have to know who you are because this dude just didn't start cheating last week. He been cheating for a long time. And I bet you this will happen. I bet you this will happen, right? Because this is a classic thing. I'm going to get on the side chicks. I meet a lot of women, and they say, Lady J, I'm okay with being a side chick. Now, if you okay with it, I'm okay with it. But this girl, normally what happens in these relationships is that, oh, she said Nia cheated as well. See, I didn't know that part. You got to give me some more details on that. And again, but if Nia cheated, why be in a relationship? What are y'all doing? What are you doing? Y'all just gonna have a cheating fight going on here? What are you doing? Um, COVID and everything going on, and monkeypox and all this stuff going on, and y'all cheating? Like, come on. Um, the side chicks. Look, she said everybody cheats. You know what, Tanika? I'm kind of with you on that. I be wondering sometimes, is there anybody out here who don't cheat? I mean, is it possible, and y'all can put it in the comments, is it possible to be in a relationship these days? I'm not talking to people that's been married for 100 years, but I'm talking to like the single people or people, getting back into the dating scene. Is it possible to be in a relationship or even get with somebody and they don't cheat? Me personally, I don't think I'm with Tanika. I'm like, I just don't believe it. That's me. I don't believe it. She said I cheat. I'm not in a relationship. You said I cheat, but I'm not in a relationship. So who you cheating on? Yourself? Like, I don't. Who you cheating on, Tanika? You said I cheat, but I'm not in a relationship. So who you cheating on? Yourself? Because and that's a good point. People do cheat on themselves. Like, you're cheating yourself out of having what you could have or being who you could be when you settle for certain things. You know, that just shows how degraded we as people have become. We need to restore self-respect. Yeah, because I'm like, what happened? That I was talking about the side chicks. Let me get back on them for a minute, because I talk to a lot of women and they're okay with being a side chick simply because, like I told them, please help me to make it make sense. But what they've told me, and it makes sense to them, is that they don't mind being a side chick because there is no commitment. Um, they're not putting demands on each other. They know that this person is married or in a relationship, excuse me, with somebody else. And they know that they're free to, you have sex when you want to have sex, and then you just go home. You go about your business. And see, that don't work for me. That just don't. I don't get it. But I heard what they said. But I don't. I don't get it. And some of these women that I talk to have multiple guys that they cheat with, because you can't always get Bill on this night, because Bill and his wife might have to do something. Tony and his wife might have to do something. So they have multiple people that they cheat with. But here's what happened. And one lady told me this. The one thing you don't want to do, like she said, you got to keep it. You got to keep it to we're just having sex. We're keeping each other company. We're friends. That's it. But she said the mistake that some of the women make is they start falling in love and having feelings for these guys. And then they start making demands on the guys. Y'all remember John Gray's situation? You see what Jesus did. Jesus stretched him out in that bed so he could think about it, because he thought he was getting ready to die. But they said, they start putting demands on these guys, like, I really want to be with you, or you're not giving me enough time. And then what happens is they start pressuring the guy. The guy starts pulling back because he's like, look, it was supposed to be this. And then they start threatening to tell the wife or the girlfriend. And the lady told me, huge mistake. Because when you go into being the side chick, you have to know the rules. There are rules in being a side chick. Play your position. So I think that's kind of what happened with Udoka. But that lady was like, look, she tired of being the side chick while Nia over here, we're over here, we having a good time. Maybe Nia might call and you gotta run, go get the phone, or we can't do this because Nia and the kids are coming, you know. And so side chicks, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all like the lady told me. If you're gonna be a side chick, play your position. All right. On the basketball team, my son was the point guard. He couldn't be the power forward. He couldn't be the center. He couldn't do nothing else because all they asked him to do was be the point guard. Play your position or you sit down. Okay? And play your position well or you're not on the team at all. Thank God he played it well because they paid his way through college. Thank you, Lord. But these side chicks, some of y'all are messing up. You want to be the side chick. You don't want the commitment of being a wife or a girlfriend, but you want all the other stuff. And let me say this. I don't understand it because what what I'm trying to even get the words out. Like, how do you put yourself in that position of being the side chick? Whew, let me do a woosah. Woosah, woosah. Woo, I'm trying to do this baptism. How do you put yourself in a position of being a side chick? Because all that's saying to a man is that I don't know my worth. I don't even know that I'm worthy of having somebody who's just here for me and not sharing this man with somebody else and sitting off to the sidelines when he got to go make a call or he got to run home or unexpected emergency happen. Like, where is your self-worth? I don't understand it. I don't. And that's why I said, listen, I got to do a baptism tonight. And that's why I'm saying with Nia Long, as beautiful as she is, Nia Long, do you know your self-worth? Do you understand that you're Nia Long? That you can have anybody that you want? Matter of fact, you don't have to have anybody because you are a queen, you're beautiful, and you don't deserve to be cheated on. None of that. I don't know if Nia Long understands that. Let me read these comments because I don't think she understands. I might have to call her up. And so, Tanika says, bro, I'm not degraded. I'm free. I ain't going to cuss. Now, we doing the baptism, Tanika. Free as blank. She's trying to be transparent. And she said, Lady J, you're different. You have morals. They don't have any. John said, my comment wasn't directed to you, Tanika. I told you stop fighting everybody. He said, hope it didn't appear that way. Cherie said, cheating is a hell no for me. I know that's right. She said, I've been cheated on, but I'll never cheat. The pain was unbearable. Tanika said, no, I'm great, John. Sorry, I'm having trouble with the who is that? Oh, y'all heard a male voice in here. I said, now, wait a minute, who is that? Because ain't nobody here but the dog. That's Siri over there talking. Michael Graham said, I've been hearing about this all day. Yeah, Mike, everybody's talking about it. And everybody is feeling sorry for Nia. I feel sorry for both of them. And I'm gonna tell you why. Udoka, he's not a bad looking guy. But Udoka, if you feel like you have to go and cheat because your needs are not being met, then you need to check yourself. You need to figure out what's going on with you. Now you got Nia Long, who is, like I said, a Hollywood A-lister, beautiful black woman. And you messing with the secretary. And this is what happens. This is what happens. And I'm not putting down the woman's position in being a secretary. I'm not. Or they didn't actually say secretary, but I'm saying secretary because, they said she was the one making his appointments for hotels and reservations and stuff like that. In other words, you messing with the help. But you got a beautiful woman. You got a handsome son. and you don't even know what to do with it. See, sometimes, I'm going to tell y'all this too. I'm telling you this too. Sometimes that woman can be too much for a man. He can't handle her success. He can't handle her being Nia Long and everybody wants to talk to her and everybody wants to be around her. Sometimes that man just wants to be with a woman that don't nobody know because he's a little intimidated. And that's probably why you should have stayed in your lane when you started talking to her because you knew who she was when you met her. And then you get yourself in that position, Udoka, and you realize, I don't really like this. I don't like the fact that everybody looking at my woman and they think she's beautiful and she's great and she all of this, and all eyes ain't on you. Because I know you look like the kind of person that likes all eyes on you. And you realize all eyes are not on you because we didn't know you before you got with Nia Long. I didn't know him. I didn't know who he was. And so some men don't like living in the shadow. They don't like that, you know? They don't like living in the shadow. That's why I stay single. Because all the little goofy ones that be coming after me, first thing they want to know, Lady J, what's your hours? How long? Now, when you start asking me them questions, peace, goodbye, deuces. Y'all go ahead. Because you already know what I'm doing. You see me on the camera. You see me out at different hours. So you already know what I'm doing. Bye. We're not going to have a conversation. And that's what I'm saying. When you get to a certain age, you already kind of know. I know, at 59 and a half, I already know what kind of person I need to be looking for and who I need to stay away from. And I'm going to ask you certain questions, and it's only going to take me a few minutes to understand or realize whether we need to continue the conversation. But sometimes I know people get lonely and you finally feel like, I found that right person and this one is it. And so I'm a hang and stick it out. Now, what I'm hoping in this situation, I'm hoping they both go their separate ways for the sake of the child. Tanika said that uh, Nia Long cheated. I didn't read that. I don't know. Maybe I missed that part. Let me put this in here before I forget. Y'all better stop saying that TD Jakes is dead. That man is not dead. Don't send me no more messages talking about TD Jakes is dead. He is not dead. Now stop saying that. That man is alive and well. People just be saying all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Anyway, but I think it would be best because, see, you don't, Nia, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, Nia. And I love me some Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou, if she didn't say anything else, she said this. When people show you who they are, believe them. Believe them. That's what Maya Angelou said. Like I said, rest in peace, Auntie, because if she didn't say anything else, she said that. When people show you who they are, believe them. And like I said, when you get to a certain age, you don't need to go through it 2 or 3, 4 times. You're 51, Nia. He's 45, and you're a beautiful 51. Don't let him show you no more. He ain't finished. Don't let him show you that no more. Because let me go a little bit deeper. This ain't about the side chick. This is not about him just wanting to cheat. This is something that's going on internal with this brother. And he has to deal with his internal issues. And instead of dealing with his internal issues, he over there messing with women. Because he don't want to deal with himself. That's the problem. That's the real problem. And he know if he go find another person like Nia Long and try to cheat with her, they gonna cuss him out, chop his head off, and do everything else. So he goes with somebody that's like a groupie, manipulating people. And all of this goes back to when you have not dealt with your unresolved issues, you start doing stuff like this. And Nia, You probably didn't check him out all the way like you should have when you first met him and before you had that baby. Because I promise y'all, and I don't even know these people, but I promise you, that was not the first time he cheated or she caught him doing something. That wasn't the first time. This is the first time he got caught out in the public, but that wasn't the first time. Because you don't just wake up and start cheating. He's done it, some things. He's probably done several things. And oh, by the way, Nia, if you're watching me and you want to interview, girl, just call me. We can sit down and talk. But he's probably more than likely shown her several red flags. And she just kept continuing giving him a chance until now he's embarrassed her on the world stage. That's why if I see one red flag, you out of here. You ain't got to show me no more red flags. You out of here. Because one red flag means that you done this before. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. And you're going to continue this pattern with whoever allows you to continue it. And Nia, being, Hollywood elite, Hollywood actress, I'm pretty sure she probably just immersed herself in her sons and her business and acting and, all those other things. And being a coach and having a basketball team and all of that, they on the road most of the season. They're on the road, so you know she probably made it work that way in her mind. But now, see, this is what always happens, and I tell people, and it ain't even me that's telling you, because the Bible says you're gonna reap what you sow, and what you do in the dark is gonna come out in the light. Now, that's what the Bible says. I didn't say that, but it's the truth. What you do in that dark is gonna come out in the light. So all of that cheating with the secretary or whoever she was, assistant or whatever, child, that is not new. He probably done messed with her, somebody else, and Nia probably has been just quietly dealing with stuff. Um, Today or yesterday, I think it was TMZ. No, somebody from the New York Post was following her around. Her and her son were coming out of the store, and they were asking her if she was okay, and she was still smiling, still trying to be Nia Long. But that's embarrassing, and it has to be painful, to be on the world stage, and every time you go on the internet and on social media, they're talking about you. But I hope that she will learn something, and the one thing that I hope that she will learn is that, girl, you got it going on with or without someone. You really did. Focus on your sons. Forget Mr. Udoka, because evidently he ain't trying to put a ring on it. Because he happy you've given his freedom. And see, ladies, this is the other thing. And men, correct me if I'm wrong, because y'all watching. And it ain't even no color thing, like no black or white man and all this. It's a man thing. If you don't place no demands on that man, the man is going to go ahead and roam and live his life. And I'm not saying roaming as far as cheating, but if you give him the freedom to just go as he wants with no restrictions, y'all don't have any agreements on certain things, that's what he's going to do. Because that's what you allow. And some women do that, and then on the back, and they like, well, Dr. J, such and such. And I start asking questions. I'm like, well, how was it when y'all first met? Oh, I was okay with him going out. I was okay with him doing this and that. Okay, so you allowed that to happen, and now all of a sudden you want him to stop. It don't work like that. It really does not. And then if you don't pull that man up, when these little cheating things come up and the little stuff that he's doing and the red flags that you saying, what you think he could just gonna stop doing it? Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, okay? If you get into a relationship, before y'all jump in that bed, make sure put them kids. I'm looking at all the camera. Put your kids away out of the room. Make sure that you have a conversation before you jump in them sheets, okay? Some of y'all probably don't even have no sheets on the bed. Y'all probably so happy to have sex, you jumping around and ain't even getting in the bed. But make sure that you get to find out who this person is. What was their background? What was their history? I think with me, by the time I finish talking to guys, they just like, you know what? That's okay. They be looking at me like, that's okay. And you know what? I be looking at them like, it's okay. Because I'm going to need a blood test. Now I got to get a COVID. Do they have a monkeypox test? I got to get all these tests done and find out if something's going on, what's going on in your brain. Because sometimes people can look real good on the outside, all dressed up, smelling good, and they just as dumb as a bag of rocks. And I done met a lot of them. Suit on, tie, smelling good, look good from head to toe. And you talk to them and ain't nothing going on in their brain. They can't even hold a conversation. Some of them can't even read or spell. So you got to start, before you start jumping in the bed with people, you really have to start having conversations to find out who they are. And it's another clip. If you get a chance, check out them family members. Because, honey, them family members will tell you everything that you need to know without saying a word. Just sit there and observe and see how they act and how they talk to each other. And like I taught my son, look at how the mother looks. Whatever girl you going out, look at the mother and see how the mother look. Does she look like she had a rough life? Because you might be repeating a cycle right here. You got to pay attention to all the signs. I know everybody gonna be hugged and held and loved and kissed and all of that. Listen, it's just too much work for me right now. I just grab my pillow and go to sleep. It's just too much work. I can't do it. It's too much. And I'm back to the question, and y'all can put it in the comments. Tell me what you think. Is it possible to be in a relationship and not deal with cheating? I don't think so. I think that people are so caught up in themselves that when they get bored, if they need to cheat or lie, they're going to go do it. Maybe it's just me being negative. I don't know, but that's how I feel. That's the truth. I just don't feel like people are truthful anymore. And what I've noticed now, oh my goodness, what I've noticed now is like these guys be talking about, they gotta do a test drive first before they find out. Listen. When my son went to get his car, the one thing they did before they gave him the keys to do the test drive, they checked his credit. They checked his driver's license. They made sure he had enough money in that account if he wanted to really get that car. And then they gave him the keys, and the guy got in the back seat and watched him as he drove. Now, this again, I'm saying you got to know who you are. Because all this test driving, you're not going to be doing all of that to me. We ain't going on no test drive. Because the first thing we're going to do is have a conversation. That's it. And all of this test driving, they telling me I gotta test drive the car before I know if that's the person I want to be with. Wow. You really think you're great, don't you? That's what I say to them. You really think you're great. Now who's to say you got the stick, right? So who's to say that what you got is gonna be something that I like? I mean, the stuff that I be hearing, I'm like, wow, you really think you all that? Okay, okay. And probably ain't nothing. And anyway, let me see. Cherie said, these days, everyone I dealt with lied and cheated. I'm staying, girl, if I could get, where's she at? I'm looking at all these cameras. If I could give you a high five on that one. And here's the thing, Cherie. Here's the reason why I think it's happening. Here's the reason why. Because there's so many women out here who freely give it up. Y'all pull them panties down real quick. In the club, in the car, in the bathroom, up against the wall. Can't wait till you get home. Doing all kinds of stuff. I went out to the car a few months back. I was going down to my son's car to get something. And I said, because you know in your neighborhood, you know all the cars that's and please make sure y'all kid. What time is it? Oh, I don't even have my watch on. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's 9:40. Yeah, them kids should be in bed. So I went down the steps. And you know in your neighborhood, you pretty much know all the cars that are in the neighborhood. And I was like, I ain't never seen this white car out here before. Now it's nighttime, light post right there. And I saw the man, he was sitting just like this. And I said, oh my goodness, I hope he didn't get shot. Because y'all know I live in Baltimore. I said, I hope he didn't get shot. I hope nothing happened to him. He had to say it back. So I'm coming down the step, and you know, you press the little button, beep, beep. And his head popped up like this. His head came forward. The other head came up. I said, oh my goodness. So y'all just gonna sit in front of my door and have oral sex. What? I turned right around and came back in the house. I said, let them finish what they're doing. And I'll come back when the white car drives off. Now, what kind of and this is what I'm saying, Cherie, that people, women, not all women, so don't be writing me and texting me and none of that. Do not do it. Because then we're gonna get into a little battle and I don't wanna do that. Because I'm not talking to all women. But it's a lot of women out here who have just allowed themselves to go so low. And whatever the man is telling you to do, asking you to do, or pressing you to do, you're okay with it. And I keep telling y'all at the end of the day, when that man is looking for a wife or somebody to settle down with, it ain't going to be you. Because the average man don't want a woman that's been turned like this doorknob right here. They don't want that. A lot of these men want virgins, even though they're not. That we gonna have that conversation too. How y'all want a virgin and y'all done rolled up in everybody? And so I think that's what happens is that, um, you know, men have gotten to the point where it's like for the women who are saying no, I'm not having sex, or I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that, the men are like, you know, no big deal because they know they can go somewhere else and some other woman is going to do it. And more power to you because, like I said, with monkeypox and AIDS and syphilis and gonorrhea, chlamydia, hepatitis C, herpes, all this kind of stuff, which one y'all want? Which one y'all want? All this sleeping around talking about you got to test drive the car and then you want to test drive the car raw. Y'all about to really, let me tell you something. So anyway, I think that's the reason, Cherie. And so, you know, they have options. For right now, in this day and time, and I say it all the time, for men, especially black men, it's like they're in a candy store because it's more of us, women, than it is them. And so they have a whole bunch of options. And no, they don't have to settle and be with one woman, especially when, you got side chicks who are like, hey, I understand what you're going through. You can bring it over here. I'll take care of you if she not doing what she doing. And they take their little silly self over there. So I really think that's what it is. But men, um, I'm jumping on the men a lot, but women cheat as well. But we ain't talking about the women tonight. We talking about the men. We got to get on the women cheating another night. We're talking about the men because of Udoka. And so I think what Udoka needs to do, I think what he really needs to do is leave the assistant or whoever it is that he's messing with, leave her alone, leave Nia Long alone, go and get your life together. Go get your life together. Sit down, Coco. Sit down. Go and get your life together before you go and disrupt anybody's life. Because what Udoka is not understanding is not only did he disrupt Nia Long's life, he's disrupted her son's life, and one of those sons is his. He's disrupted her family's life, his family's life, this young lady's life that he's with. And when you do things, it's more than him just doing it against Nia Long. There are other people that are involved in this picture. And that's what they don't think about. You just thinking about pulling, laying up in their bed and having sex. That's all you thinking about. You in the moment. But you're not thinking about what that moment is going to do to all the people that's involved in this. Stop it. And you too old for it. You getting ready to turn 46. Whew. These baptisms be making me tired, y'all. They be wearing me out, these baptisms. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say about this whole thing. And I'm going to sum it up by saying this. Just as much as we're holding Udoka accountable, that's her fiance, we have to hold her accountable as well. Because Nia Long, I'm baptizing you because ain't no way in the world you should have been in a relationship engaged to somebody for all that many years. It is no way. Y'all couldn't find no preacher nowhere? Or no what was y'all building a ring? Like what was going on? It's no way in the world. You deserve better than that. You deserve better than him. Cause like I said, I know that this ain't the first time he did that. He been showing you signs all of these years, and that's probably why you didn't really settle down and get married to him. Cause it gives you an out as well. Why put yourself in that situation? I think we all can learn a lesson from this Nia Long thing that's going on. Yeah, I think we all can learn a lesson. Now we can ready to do offering. And Nia Long, you as rich as I don't know what. You have to give an offering tonight, Nia Long, if you're watching. And don't be afraid to write a $10,000 check if you need to. If you need my information, just let me know. Don't be afraid to do it, Nia Long. Come on now. Because I am on your side now. I done baptized you. But I am on your side. Because I think you're a beautiful, classy black woman. But you gave the wrong person a chance. And we all have done that. He's not for you. He's not even on your level. You got to know who you are. You are Nia. What's her middle name? Letitia or Latia Long. You got to know who you are, sister. You are Nia Long. And you deserve way better. And the one thing you don't deserve is being embarrassed on the world stage. Now, if you choose to give Mr. Udoka another chance, that is completely up to you. I wouldn't, not at 59, 51, but that's up to you. If you love him and you feel like he's changed and he just made a mistake, even though that was a huge mistake, because I got sneaky suspicion them same hotels that girl was making arrangements for you and him to stay in. I think they were staying in them hotels too. Ain't that what John Gray did? Had his side chick in the same hotel as his wife, Pastor John Gray. Jesus be a fence. What did the Bible say? You're going to reap what you sow. And that Bible is true to the word. True. You can't change it. You can't mix it up. It says you're going to reap what you sow. And Mr. Udoka, if him and Nia don't work out, if Nia should walk off, which I hope she does, he's probably gonna find somebody one day that's gonna really, that he's gonna really, really, truly be in love with. And that woman is gonna give him hell. Because you're going to reap what you sow. All right? Now, the other thing that I need Nia Long to remember is when somebody loves you, they don't hurt you. They don't intentionally hurt you. If this man is telling you he loves you, he done put a baby in you, he done had sex with you, he got you coming up to the games, and he your man and all of that, you don't do things to hurt that person. You don't do things knowing that there's a possibility that this could blow up in your face and her face. If when you love somebody, you do everything that you can to protect them from all hurt, harm, and danger. I'm sure your mama probably taught you that. That was your job. You had one job outside of working with them Celtics. And you messed up. You messed up. You fumbled the ball. You messed up. And you just showed this beautiful queen that you don't really love her like you said you love her, but you love you because you made sure that you were still getting your needs met by being with this other woman. That's what ladies have to remember. If he loves you, he's going to do everything he can to protect you. Now, he won't be perfect, and sometimes he may miss some things. But for the most part, if a man loves you, they're not going to intentionally do things to hurt you. You think he didn't know when he was laying in that bed with that woman that that was wrong? That he's not supposed to do that? That he's in a so-called committed relationship? You think he didn't know that? But did he get up? He probably kept on rolling over to the next pillow. Because I'm sure they was in a king-size, giant-size bed. He probably kept on rolling. Because you're thinking about yourself. You are selfish. And you're not thinking about anyone but yourself. So that's what I want to say about Mr. Udoka. And that's why I said, he has some internal issues going on that he needs to deal with. And sometimes being in these relationships with other women, these side chicks, and having sex and trying to wine and dine them. And these side chicks don't even realize they're not even getting all of that person. You ain't really getting none of that person, but their penis, that's it. That's all you getting. And is that all you're worth? Like, really? When it comes down to it, that's all you worth? Just rolling around in the bed or the car or the closet or wherever y'all at? That's all you're worth? Like, come on. It's really sad. And you know what's even sadder? I was talking to someone today, and I said what's really sad is that these conversations, a lot of conversations that we have about these issues, it's not about people our kids' age. Like, my son is 26. We talking about grown, silly people. Grown people in their 40s and 50s and 60s. You got 70-year-olds walking around getting syphilis and gonorrhea and chlamydia because they messing with younger men and younger women, old enough to be my grandmother. And now y'all walking around with venereal diseases. I said Jesus probably sitting up in his chair, shaking his head. Now he rid the world when he had the flood, and got rid of all of them people. And here he gave us another chance, and we down here messing up again. I guess he said he probably done stood up and sat down 10 million times. Let me go get him. No, let me sit down and give him another chance. No, let me stand up and go get him. Let me sit down and give him another. He probably is just shaking his head at the stuff that's going on this earth. But one thing I will tell y'all, work on your self-esteem. Because when you do not have self-esteem, anything can slip through the cracks. Anybody can swoop in and do some things, and you're going to miss it because of your self-esteem issues and stuff that your unresolved issues. You're going to miss it. So I done gave Nia long enough to put that $10,000 check into the basket. Come on, Nia Long. But anyway, y'all, have a good night. Have a great night. I hope y'all have a good week. Um, Later on this week, I'm going to be coming back on. I'm going to be talking about something else that's really important pertaining to Baltimore City. And on Thursday night, I got a really, really good show that's coming on Thursday night at 8 o'clock. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. It's going to be quite interesting. I can't wait to talk to this guy. It's going to be really interesting. All right, everybody. So have a good night. Let me see. Tanika said, I went to the store. What did you say last? Oh, go back and do the replay. It'll be on my page. It'll be on YouTube. Just go back and take a look at it. Y'all put your comments on there. Make sure you share the video. Listen, I don't have to find a word on stuff. I could be wrong about everything. You could probably disagree with everything I just said in this video. And it's okay, but that's still how I feel. You can disagree all you want. That's still how I feel. And if you okay being a side chick, I'm okay with it. You know, if you okay being in a loveless, lifeless relationship, child, I'm okay with it too. I'm too old to be getting upset and mad with people. I'm okay with it. I'm happy for you. If you're happy, I'm happy. The only thing I'm saying is that you will never experience all of the great things that life has to offer when you limit yourself and when you involve yourself with people who limit you. There's a lot of stuff out here to experience, and I didn't even know it was out here until I got a divorce. That was the best gift I gave myself. The best gift. If I don't ever get a gift in life, that was the best gift that I gave myself. Signing those papers. And when they put that stamp on there, you are divorced. I run to do the holy dance. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Because some things are just a blessing. Glory to God. That was a blessing. That's why I'm slow to talk about dating, marriage, all of that. Because sometimes when you get your freedom, ain't nothing, and your peace, I'm not willing to sacrifice that yet. That's a huge sacrifice. So anyway, y'all have a good night. Have a great night. Let me know what you think about the Nia Long situation. You know, where do y'all stand on this issue with Nia Long? Do you think that she should bear any responsibility in this? Do you think that Udoka was wrong? Do you think that they should get back together? What do you think? And I'll talk to you soon. All right, this is the baptism for tonight, y'all. Whew, these baptisms be wearing me out. Now I gotta go give my dog a bath. All right, y'all, I got to go.